With Fortnite having recently adding go-karts or golf carts to the game, everyone has been enjoying Fortnite a lot more overall. For locations on the edge of the map, getting to the zone has been made a lot more easy and fair, especially in combination with the rifts, but with them adding in such a game-changing addition to the gameplay at large, and most importantly, them giving us the ability to do whatever this is.
Oh my god.
Things are accelerating pretty quickly. And if you like drifting, you could even say that Epic Games have turned on the burners as far as evolving this game goes. But why is this such a massive change for the game overall? I mean, we've had things like the jetpack or guided missiles added before that are huge changes to the game, but none have brought about so much hype or alarm. One of the main reasons everyone's gotten so excited over the golf carts is because of the fact that this vehicle was extremely well received, which means that Epic can now safely experiment with other vehicle types. And since the golf cart, for example, fits 4 players, doesn't go really too fast, it doesn't really get too much air when you try to do stunts. Let's say the golf cart is good at some things. Well, let's say they were to add other vehicles that are faster, but maybe you can't shoot out of those vehicles that allow you to get much more air or travel at a much more rapid speed. Them having made such a drastic change, and the fact that we've gone from shopping cart to this, could mean that we'll be seeing other vehicles in the future of Fortnite. Welcome back to Top 5 Gaming, everyone, where today we'll be bringing you 10 practical vehicle ideas that we think would be great candidates for potential vehicles to be added into Fortnite. And if you like this video and subscribe, your golf cart will turn into a Mario Kart and you'll receive the blue wing shell. Yes, no more second places. You're knocking that tryhard that would have gotten the Royale straight out of first place. But without further ado, let's get into the question of the day. Number 10, the Warthog from Halo. Just imagine it's a beautiful day in Fortnite. The sun's setting, squads all around the safe zone are camped up in their 1x1s waiting for someone to make the first move. And it's so silent you could still hear the birds chirping when all of a sudden, in the distance, you start to hear the low rumble of a vehicle and continuous gunfire approaching from behind. You turn and sure enough, you see the rest of your squad coming in for the rescue, barreling towards the enemy, guns ablaze in a Halo Warthog. Now tell me you don't want to see that. The Warthog is one of the most famous vehicles in gaming history. Why? Because of just how much fun it can be. With its front-wheel drive, you can easily outmaneuver most other vehicles. There's a few different versions, all of which have your standard 2 front seats, one for the driver and one for passenger who can shoot, but one version has standard seats in the back, another has a machine gun attached, and a third has basically a grenade launcher attached. Wow, that would just be too OP though. Most of these versions could be easily implemented into the game, as it's not too different from the current golf cart, and having 3 different versions of the Warthog all in the same game would definitely spice up the battles. In at number 9, we've got the Sweet Tooth van. In the game Twisted Metal, you had a heavy-duty armored ice cream truck called the Sweet Tooth. And for all solo players out there, this will easily be your guilty pleasure. With its spiked front end and many machine guns on each side, this gives you as the driver the ability to do some eliminating too. In terms of it coming to Battle Royale, it's definitely possible given its similar look to the ice cream trucks already spread out all over the map. Actual Sweet Tooth, though, does have a projectile that homes in on other vehicles. I don't know if that'll be a bit overpowered, but it would be fun. Let me know what you think in the comments below, though. But moving right along, in at the number 8 spot, we've got the Fortnite Cadillac. Now, I don't know about you, but the first thing I did on this game, and literally, I mean the first thing I did after watching so much PUBG before Fortnite came out, was land at one of the pink Cadillacs you still see in Battle Royale and spent about 2 minutes trying to figure out how to get in it and drive it before I realized it just wasn't drivable or possible. But how cool would it be to just drive one of these? It's pretty defensive with its low frame and small window size compared to a trolley or golf cart. Plus, pulling off a drive-by while you all hang out the windows shooting with one of these is gonna look gangsta, no matter how pink it may be. I can imagine Epic Games have already thought about this, and wouldn't be surprised if they're already working on a drivable version as we speak. Moving on to number 7, we've got the Ghost from Halo. The Ghost is another vehicle from Halo that's insanely fast with boosters, but is only used by 1 player. So I'm not saying I actually want to see the Ghost ported. Like, for example, the Warthog, you can direct port that thing because it's just a regular military vehicle, but the Ghost, is obviously Halo's brand, so I'd just like to see something similar to it. It has no wheels, but instead hovers just off the ground, and no, it can't fly, even though its sides do look a bit like wings, but it does have 2 plasma-based guns attached to them instead that fires in a straight line ahead of the vehicle. The best part about this is that you can use its boosters to give yourself some extra hang time on those stunt jumps or smash into your enemies and send them flying in one of the most satisfying ways to kill. At least that's what I loved doing in my old Halo days. To the many grunts that dived in the wrong direction trying to avoid my incoming ghost and instead jump in front of it, rest in peace, my friend. I'm sorry. Can we get an oof in the comments? In at the number 6 spot, we've got the Mad Max cart. The Mad Max vehicle is definitely something suited for the war zone that is Battle Royale. With its nearly fully armored frame, you'll be able to take a lot of incoming fire with a much lower risk of being hit. This thing reminds me a lot of that dune buggy from GTA 5. However, its exposed tires might be perfect for your enemies to shoot out. That is if they don't panic from the sight of this monster coming at them. Similar to the golf cart though, this is mainly a 2-person seater with the possibility of another 2 hanging on the sides or the back. If that's the case, I call shotgun. Number 1, hanging onto those sides or the back end is going to leave you completely exposed. And number 2, just look at that machine gun in the passenger seat. Now that's going to cause some damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
I can see my squad charging an enemy base and just shooting a tunnel straight through it on our way to the circle, leaving them in the dust completely shocked and confused. Moving right along, in at the number 5 spot, we've got the Merryweather Jeep from Grand Theft Auto 5. Merryweather. GTA have produced a lot of truly remarkable vehicles, but the Merryweather Jeep is one of the ones more suited for Fortnite's Battle Royale. It's a 4-seater and a 4-wheel drive, meaning you and the squad could be able to climb up a lot of areas that most vehicles can't. So kind of a similar idea to the Warthog. This vehicle, though, has the potential for high beams on front, so any enemies you're driving directly towards could easily have their vision on the car distorted, so you can go in for the attack, knowing you have a lower chance of being shot directly in the head. This Jeep does have a low tow line attached to the front of the vehicle, though, so I can imagine being able to pull people's bases down, but what do you think this could be used for? In at the number 4 spot, we've got the Panzer Cycle from Mercenaries 2. This tank/motorcycle hybrid is absolutely nuts when it comes to looks. With a sport bike-looking body and tracks straight off of a tank for mobility, you can't help but want to ride into battle on this nutty vehicle. Not only does it look badass, but it has 2 giant machine guns attached to the front, so any enemy you're driving towards is going to see nothing but bullets whizzing past left and right, until suddenly he's flattened by your own tracks like a Looney Tunes character. The only downside is it's 1-seater, so trying to find 4 of these for the whole squad may be a bit of a mission, although once you and the whole team do have a Panzer Cycle each, I doubt there's going to be anyone attempting to take you on. Even the thought of that makes me want to run for the hills. In at the number 3 spot, we've got the Fortnite Battle Bus. Imagine if you could gather mats and repair some of the downed battle buses around the map. You and your squad in the battle bus shooting out of the windows. Or in 50v50, can you imagine 2 buses charging at each other with like 10 or 20 people in each of them? And you can shoot out of the windows in all of them, and then all the buses have like a ton of health. So you've probably all seen the battle bus within Battle Royale laying on the side of the mountain in map section E6 to E7 by now. But just imagine being able to fly it. Grab your friends, some metal, and get to work repairing it, and away you go. You now have the first controllable flying vehicle in Fortnite. What would you do? Well, considering it's powered by a hot air balloon, theoretically, you'll be able to fly at any altitude you want, and also, given its potential for capacity, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably try picking as many squads up as possible, let them shoot out the windows to take out all the remaining squads until we're the last ones alive, and fly them all into the storm before quickly jumping out to save myself for the victory royale, baby. Yes! In at number 2, we've got the Rocket League car. Rocket League became a popular game straight away from its temporary free download release. Even though it was free, everyone would have been buying it anyway just to be able to fly around the cars with what seemed like a jet engine on the back, like something out of Back to the Future, except this car wouldn't travel in time, but rather to the Battle Royale dimension, perhaps even through that new rift in space, huh? Now, I know a Rocket League car might sound a bit overpowered in Battle Royale, but maybe they could introduce it as part of the mini-games they've been releasing lately. Adding a mini Rocket League game into an already pre-built football stadium or having them as a playground exclusive vehicle, come on! I mean, a lot of people saying Epic copied PUBG, but hey, why not bring the good bits from all the games through that rift in space? And in the number 1 spot, we've got the Banshee from Halo. Lastly, we've got another Halo vehicle, and for a good reason too, because everything that game produced was unique and brilliant. The Banshee is another flying vehicle that can hold one person, shoots plasma bullets and plasma rockets out of the front. Again, the Banshee itself is Halo's own unique idea, but just the idea of how the vehicle works and how it kind of shoots would be the main theme behind the type of vehicle that they could add into Fortnite like it. Now, you already know this is a vehicle ready to dominate, but you can also make some stylish plays too. This acrobat of a spaceship has flip potential due to its futuristic alien tech. With the press of a button, you can quickly do a flip left, right, up, or down. I can easily imagine sneaking up behind a noskin and attempting to throw him up in the air so he drops to his death by doing a quick backflip and picking him up via the wing of the ship. What amazing plays could you come up with in a Banshee? But that has been our list of the top 10 Fortnite vehicles that we'd love to see in the game. If you guys click that like button enough and we get this out to Epic, some of these vehicles may actually be added into the game because they do look at content creators for direction just like they look at the forums. What I'm trying to say here is that your opinion matters, and it's not impossible that these things would be added. So let's just get this video out there. Be sure to click that subscribe button and turn on push notifications if you have not already. We hope you have a wonderful day, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.